So Jake's going to be demonstrating for us a barbell bench press. Now, before we actually get started, I just want to say that if your program is periodized and your RIR is 0 or 1, it's wise to have a spot for this movement and have someone standing behind you, making sure that this bar isn't going to land on your chest and you're not going to get stuck there. So if you're dealing with those higher intensities, make sure that you have someone spotting you or at least watching those breaths so that they can grab that bar and assist you if necessary. So Jake's going to lay back onto the bench. Be careful you don't smack your head. First things first, let's see where his feet are. His feet are going to be a little bit wider than his hips. Whatever's comfortable for you, but honestly, a little bit more than 90-degree knee bend is going to allow him to drive his feet forward into the floor and have really good traction. Now, in our program, we're more so focusing on strength and hypertrophy. We're not turning this into a powerlifting exercise. So Jake isn't going to be in a really arched position. He's actually going to keep his ribs relatively tucked in and his core engaged. And he's going to make sure that his hips do not lift off of this bench. If you have to lift your hips off of the bench to get the weight up, we want you to drop the weight down so you can get that full range of motion without doing anything funky with your body, right? We're trying to isolate the actual pec fibers and the pec muscles, their chest. We're not going to be using our hips or anything like that or momentum to try and get this bar moving. So next he's going to bring his hands onto the bar. We want to have these hands a little bit wider than the shoulders, obviously, so he has about a 90-degree bend at the elbows. And what he's going to do here is, if it's more comfortable for you, obviously wrap the thumbs under. I like to have thumbs under for more stability. And he's going to essentially drive straight up here and bring this bar so that it's over top of his pecs, okay? Now, from this position, we want to keep the scapula actually shrugged down and slightly retracted, right? Because if he allows the scapula to elevate, you're going to hit more of the front delts, and you have a higher potential for injury and impingement in the shoulder and in the neck. Now, Jake's going to allow the bar to slowly lower towards his chest, not allowing the wrist to break and keeping this arm path congruent so the elbow is underneath the wrist. Now you can see his upper arms naturally are sitting at an angle towards the body. This is going to be a lot better if you actually flare the elbows out for me here, Jake, a little bit. You can see now he gets internal rotation in the shoulder, and this is where you could injure yourself. So we want to keep the eyes of the elbows slightly pushed forward. Your arm path is going to likely be a little bit more like 30 to 40 degrees. Now when he pushes up, he's going to push this bar straight back up as if he's going to punch this guy, right? At the top, you want to think about the cue, not locking the elbows out, but hugging the biceps towards each other energetically and almost like you're bending that bar, okay? One more rep here. Good. We'll do one more just to show them the arm path here. Perfect.